Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Form 1040 NR US Non-Resident Alien Income Tax Return. Form 1040 NR is IRS income tax return that non-resident aliens may have to file if they engage in business in the US during the tax year or otherwise earn income from US sources throughout the year. Now, who must file? If you are any of the following, you must file a return. A non-resident alien or who is not the citizen or resident of US individual engaged or considered to be engaged in a trade or business in the United States during the year. A non-resident alien individual who is not engaged in a trade or business in the United States or has a US source income on which the tax liability was not satisfied by the withholding of the tax at the source. Next, a representative or agent responsible for filing the return of an individual described in 1 or 2 means the above. A fiduciary for a non-resident alien estate or trust, or a resident or domestic fiduciary or other person charged with the care of the person of property of a non-resident individual may be required to file an income tax return for the individual and pay the taxes. Please note that if you were a non-resident alien student, teacher, trainee who was temporarily present in the United States on F visa, J visa, M visa or Q visa, you are considered engaged in a trade or business in the United States. You must file Form 1040 NR or US non-resident alien income tax return. These are basically exempt individuals. They come under exempt individual category. Now, you can claim a refund or benefit. If you want to claim a refund or benefit withheld over or overpaid taxes, or claim the benefit of any deduction or credits, for an example, if you have no income US business activities but have income from real property that you chose to treat as effectively connected income, you must timely file a true and accurate income tax return to take any allowable deduction against that income. Which income to report? A non-resident alien income that is subject to a US source income tax must generally be divided into two categories. Income that is ECI or effectively connected income with trade or business in the United States. US source income that can be ordinary or qualified dividend, capital gains or losses, IRA pension or annuity income, scholarship and fellowship grants, real estate or firm income. Effectively connected income after allowable deduction is taxed at graduated rates. These are the same rates that apply to US citizens and residents. Effectively connected income should be reported on page 1 of the Form 1040 NR US non-resident alien income tax return. While the non-effectively connected income is taxed at 30% or the lower treaty rate if qualified, and no deductions are allowable against such income. Those incomes should be reported on page 4 of the Form 1040 NR. So guys, please have a look. The ECI income means the salary, wages. This income or income from trade or business, those should come in the page number 1. And non-effectively connected income, those should flow to page number 4 of the form. We will show this in the software so that we'll have a better idea. Now the question comes, when and where to file the income tax return. If you are an employee and you are receiving any wages subject to US income tax withholding, or you have an office or place of business in the United States, you must generally file by the 15th day of the 4th month after your tax year ends. For a person filing a calendar year is generally April 15th. If you are not an employee or self-employed person who receive wages or non-employee compensation subject to US income tax withholding, or if you do not have an office or place of business in the United States, you must file by the 15th day of the 6th month after your tax year ends. For a person filing using a calendar year, that is June 15. Extension of time to file. If you cannot file your return by the due date, you should file the Form 4860 to request an automatic extension of the time to file. You must file Form 4860 by the regular due date of the return. You could lose deduction or credits. To get the benefit of your any allowable deductions or credits, you must timely file a true or accurate income tax return. For this purpose, a return is timely if it is filed within 16 months of the due date just discussed. The IRS has the right to deny deductions and credits of the tax return filed more than 16 months after the due date of the return. For additional details, you can go through the publication of 519 of US Tax Guide. Now coming to the question, how to determine whether someone is non-resident or not. There are two different methods or tests the IRS uses to determine if you are required to file a US income tax return as a non-resident. The first test is whether or not you have a green card. The second test is a substantial presence test or SPT. The first test is the green card test. If at any time during the calendar year you were a lawful permanent resident of the United States according to the immigration laws, and this status has not been administratively or judicially determined to have been abandoned, or you are considered to have met the green card test. The second test is for substantial presence test. For the purpose of this test, I have prepared a Word file so that you can have a better idea. See, if you want to meet the SPT or substantial presence test, then you have to present in US for 183 days or more in the year in total. But there are certain criteria with which we determine the SPT test. The first criteria that you have to be present in United States for 31 present days. That is the first criteria, that you have to present in US for minimum 31 days. Then we will consider the 100% of the total present days in the current year in United States. Then comes to 1/3 of the total presence days in the prior year, 1/6 of the total presence days in the prior year. And if that total calculation is 183 or more, then you will consider as a resident of the United States. Otherwise, you will be treated as non-resident in the United States. So let's have an example. Mr. X, a German citizen, came to US for an assignment in 2020. He stayed in United States for 120 days. His 2018 and 2019 days are as follows. In 2019, he stayed in US for 90 days, and in 2018 it's for 120 days. Now calculate SPT. Guys, 100% present days in 2020, that means 120 into 100%, that comes to 120 days. Now coming to the 2019, 183 hours of the 90 means 30 days, and 1/6 present days of 2018 means 20 days. So total 120 plus 30 plus 20 comes to 170. So he is not meeting the expectations, that is not more or equal to 183 days. Let's take another example. Mr. Y, a British citizen, came to US for an assignment in 2020. He stayed in the US for 150 days. His 2019 and 2020 US days are as follows. 2019 90 days and 2018 120 days. 100% of the presence days in 2020 is 150. 1/3 of the presence days in 19 to 1/3 for 30 days. 1/6 of the presence days in 2018, that means 20 days. Means 150 plus 30 plus 20, total 200. That is equal to or more than 183 days. So he is meeting the SPT test. In the first, here he can because he is not meeting the SPT test, so he will file NR, and here he can file resident 1040. Guys, now let's have a quick look in our desktop. This is the general tab. Now come to foreign. Here, non-resident alien income tax return. Click here. The filing status. See, you can't provide MFJ in 1040 NR. See, single. And also you can see the other income like scholarship, fellowship grants, transportation tax, credit for the amount paid for 1040C, a refund to be applied. So these are the different incomes you can address here. Now coming to the form. Let's have a quick look. 1040 NR. It is showing here 1040 NR. You can see it is flowing. Guys, you can remember that 1040 NR can be e-filed, so there is no issue on filing the form 1040 NR. You can easily e-file the form. So before I conclude the video, I just want to quickly repeat what I have discussed. So basically 1040 NR is a IRS income tax return that non-resident aliens may have to file if they engage in the business or trade in the United States during the tax year or otherwise earn income from US sources throughout the year. And now I have already discussed that how to determine whether a person is non-resident or resident. So basically the IRS has two tests. They uses two tests. One is green card test and another is SPT test to determine if you are required to file a US tax return or not. If a person at any time during the calendar year were a lawful permanent resident of the United States according to the immigration laws and the status has not been administratively or judicially determined to have been abandoned, then you can consider to have meet the green card test, and I have already discussed that SPT test as well. So also please remember that you must file you can file the return if you want to claim a credit or other of withheld or overpayment of taxes or claiming the benefit of any deduction or credits. For example, if you have no US business activities but have income from real property that you chose to treat as effectively connected income, you must timely file a true and accurate return to take any allowable deduction against that income. Now, which income to report? Generally, a non-resident alien's income that is subject to US income tax that must be generally divided in two categories. Income that is coming from ECI, effectively connected with trade business in the United States, and US source income that is that can be like ordinary or qualified dividend, wages, capital gains, losses, IRA, pension, annuity income, scholarship or fellowship grants, real estate or firm income. So basically, effectively connected income after allowable deduction is taxed at a gradual rate. There are some rates to apply to US citizens and residents. Effectively connected income should be reported on page 1 of the form 1040 NR, and the non-ECI income is taxed at a flat 30%. A lower rate if qualified. No deduction are allowed against such income. So guys, this is all about form 1040 NR. I believe you have understood. Goodbye.